So I see a lot of United fans being upset because we just drew to Fulham 1-1 in a objectively 50-50 game. Could have gone either way. Draw is the fair outcome, I think. And I just don't understand why, because if you look at it objectively, if you look at the first two games objectively, what did you expect? I mean, this is the reality of Manchester United. I think if we don't sign a midfielder and if we don't sign a goalkeeper, we are probably the 8th, maybe 9th best team in England, like the lower fringes of the top 10. And we just drew to Fulham at Fulham, a strong mid-table team, probably the 10th, 11th best team in England. It was a bang-on 50-50 game, so if that game is replayed 50 times, I think we win 15, they win 15, we draw 20 times. Like, at Fulham, that's the expected outcome. And based on some logic and home field advantage, I think if we play Fulham 50 times at Old Trafford, we beat them maybe 20, 25 times. They beat us 10, 15 times, and the rest is draw. So we are slightly better than Fulham, I think, on a neutral field. So that makes us maybe the 8, 9 best team in England. I think this is the perfectly logical and expected outcome. If you look at the Arsenal game, by the way, Arsenal is a serious title contender. A lot of you will say they're the #1 favorite to win the title. We lost 1-0 because we don't have a good goalkeeper. And we actually created a bunch of chances. We played home, we were motivated, and it was like a good performance. It wasn't like they destroyed us 7-0, but like, what do you really expect? Like, what do you really expect? We cannot, like, just randomly beat Arsenal 3-4-0. Like, we're just not that good. We are a perhaps slightly above average team, because if you look at the squad objectively, and I'll analyze every single one of the positions later on, but if you look at the path of the squad, let's start from Ten Hag. Let's start from 2023. In 2023, we finished 8th. And we finished 8th. We didn't deserve to finish 8th. I don't think we were the 8th best team in England. That year, we scammed a lot of wins. We scored a lot of points because we got a bunch of late game winners. Like, I remember the Brentford game at home. We were down 1-0. It's a crap game. We play like shit. And then McTominay scores in like the 93rd and 96th minute to scam a 2-1 win. So that's like plus 3 points out of absolutely nothing. And I feel like we won a bunch of games under Ten Hag in which it was either a draw or we were losing. And then in the last 10-15 minutes, we had this like momentum / little bit of luck / little bit of joker in Maguire and McTominay. And like, I don't know how, but we scammed a bunch of wins. So we finished 8th. On X goals or expected goals, I think we finished like 12, 13, something like that. And we had -1 goal differential or something like that. So all the like objective stats tell us that we weren't the 8th best team in the league. So what happens next year, the next season? We are still with Ten Hag and we start out crap. We are 13th in late October when he got fired. We are 13th because objectively that's the reality. We are 13th because in the previous year it was expected for us to be like 11, 12, 13, something like that. We didn't have a good transfer window. And yeah, reality kicks in. The average is even out and we are 13th. So guess what happens? Ten Hag gets fired and we sign Amorim. And you can debate that, I don't know, Amorim is a better coach, Amorim is a worse coach. But the fact is that Amorim plays a completely different system. So this team is objectively the 12th, 13th, 14th best team in England. And now they're playing a completely different system. Everybody's out of position. And after a while, we don't even care about the Premier League because we are not getting Europe and we are not getting relegated. So it was the logical outcome that we are going to finish like 15, 16, 17, something like that. We finished 15th. And we signed Mbeumo and we signed Cunha. And yeah, we are a bit better than the 15th team. We are maybe 8th, 9th. But still, if we analyze positions by position, there are still holes in this team. And you cannot expect that 2 signings change everything. 1 transfer window changes everything. Like, yeah, there have been examples for that, but England is a really competitive league. You cannot just expect that we are Manchester United, we have crap players, some of them are out of position, we finished 15th, we signed 2 new players, and we are going to finish 2nd at worst. Like, that's just not how it works. Because if you analyze position by position, and let me tell you just this, Arsenal last year had 10 out of 11 really, really, really good players. They finished 2nd because they didn't have a good striker. 1 position was average, and they were 2nd. So what do you expect from Manchester United? We are missing a goalkeeper and 2 midfielders, plus maybe a wingback, plus maybe a striker. Like, what the hell? Okay, let's just analyze position by position. Goalkeeper. We have 2 crap goalkeepers. Bender is crap. Although, it's almost like his passing is way better than Onana's. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe he should be the starter, but he's just horrible on corner kicks. He's just really crap. It's really bad. But today he made a good save. So let's just say that. Onana, yeah, he was a starter for 2 years. He's just not good enough. So goalkeeper is crap. We have a hole at goalkeeper. The back 3 is actually really good. So objectively, we conceded 2 goals this year. One of those goals was a goalkeeping mistake, and we could have conceded 5 similar goals. In swinging corners, the goalkeeper just cannot deal with it. It's our weakness. That's not on defense, that's on goalkeeping. Okay. But if we eliminate that, what real clear-cut chances were conceded? Arsenal didn't pick us apart. Sure, they could have scored a garbage time goal in the 94th minute. And Fulham had the goal, which was a clear chance, which was a breakthrough in our defense. And 1 chance in the first half when they had a guy running in and Bender made a good save. That's it. The rest were corner kicks, maybe long shots, half chances, something like that. So after 180 minutes, realistically, we conceded 1 goal that was on our defense. And yes, other goals could have went in, but objectively, our defense is really good. I'm really happy with Lenny Yoro. I think De Ligt is good. I think Shaw is getting better. I think we had good substitutes, and I think that defense is fine. I think at the end of the year, we are going to have a top 5 defense. I don't think that any of the big guys, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool, Man City, none of those teams, Arsenal, none of those teams are going to pull up and score 5-6, just destroy us like Liverpool did 3 seasons ago when they put 7 past us. I don't think that those games are going to happen. Maybe one of those games, but a lot of circumstances have to be going against us. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, midfield. Bruno's out of position. He's getting older. He missed a penalty. He was lost. And I think there is just a weird giant amount of pressure on Bruno, and I think we should sell him. He's out of position. He still has a high value. We can sell him to Saudi, get a lot of money, buy a new midfielder or 2 or a goalkeeper. I think we should sell him. Casemiro is just not a good enough player for a Champions League / title contender. That's how I'm not going to say Casemiro is this biblically washed player, but he's just not the same player he was at Real Madrid and in the first season at Man United. He's decent, he's serviceable. If he was playing for Everton, you would say, okay, he's a decent, good player, but he's playing for Man United and you have to expect more, and he's just too slow. He is just too slow for the Premier League, and our midfield is crap. So our substitutes are Ugarte, who's also crap, and then Mainu, who never plays because I'm guessing it's the Bruno position, and Amorim doesn't want to substitute up Bruno. So we are just stuck with Mainu on the bench. So if we sell Bruno, maybe Mainu can play, maybe we can buy another midfielder, and things can freaking change. And I think with that, we are a top 5 contender. But without that, we are absolutely cooked. Now let's do wingbacks. So Dorgu is, I like Dorgu. He never stops running. He's not an elite player. Maybe he becomes a really good player. He has good games. He has bad games. Today wasn't his best game. But I like the fact that he keeps running, he keeps putting in the effort. Maybe he's not the most skilled, but, it is what it is. I think he's decent. If we have a good squad and Dorgo is one of our worst players, I think this is still a really good squad. But unfortunately, it's not the reality. So the other problem is Ahmad at right wing back, because Ahmad is not a right wing back. Ahmad is a forward, is a winger, is not a wing back. So he is not good in defense, and he has this weird connection with Mbomo, and it just doesn't work so far. We can play the low in a defensive setup, and it worked against Arsenal, but the low is just not good enough anymore. So we are kind of cooked at that position. I don't know if we should sell Ahmad. He has value, or what the hell we should do, but that position is just not good. Now, the forwards. Mbumo and Cunha so far, although Mbumo didn't have a good game today, but Cunha had a good game. He's just unlucky to not score. Like, he hit the post, he had a bunch of good chances, great save by Leno. I mean, he's just really unlucky to not score so far. I think he has been our best player this year. And then Mbumo, I think, should be, a really good player. But now, this weird situation with Šeško on the bench and Mount playing, and if Mount plays, we don't have a striker. Like, what is Mount's position, a false nine? Like, it's weird. And then Šeško, I feel it goes wrong. Like, he didn't even score a bunch of goals at Leipzig. Like, he's big, he is strong, but at least with Gyökeres, and I don't know why do people say Gyökeres, it's supposed to be Gyökeres, but whatever. At least he scored a bunch of goals at Sporting. Like, with Šeško, he didn't even score a bunch at Leipzig, so I don't know how does he score a bunch of goals here. But if miraculously that works, that trio should be really good. Cunha is really good, and Mbumo should be good. And Mbumo scored like 20 goals last year, by the way. And then Šeško, just be better than Højlund. So if you look at it, we have 2 holes in midfield, 1 hole at goal, right wing back is weird out of position, and striker is questionable. What do you expect? This is the 8th, 9th best team in England. I'm sorry.